Yo, so what's going on, guys? We are kicking today off with our daily dose of pornography. We're going to hop right in to the Juggernaut with every gun show. Today we are using the AK47. We got to drop the jugs on your face because you know you like it. So, what we're working with today, we are playing on this map. I really do not like this map. I've been successful on it. You know, I've dropped a couple Moabs on it. I've had some really good gameplays on it, but I don't like the map. I mean, have you ever had that kind of experience? Have you ever, let's find another map, maybe something from Modern Warfare 2. One map that I really did not like, and I know this is going to, probably annoy a few people, but one map that I really did not like, but still performed at, was probably, Subbase. You know, I liked the map, but probably because I was good at it, but I found that the map was built kind of weird. There are too many unusual places for people to, you know, do weird things in, so I didn't like the actual layout of the map. But I loved it because I was good at the map. So if that makes any sense, that's kind of like the love-hate relationship I have with this map. But, you know, everything is all better. You kiss that little boo-boo, put a Band-Aid on it, and give me an AK-47 because that's what I want to use. The AK-47 is probably one of the most famous guns in history. It's probably one of the most used guns in video games, too, now that I think about it. And you can think of all the games that you can play that probably have this. The only other gun that has probably been used in video games as much as this one would probably be the M16, some sort of variation of that. And, So it's a very famous gun, and it's been throughout, you know, most of the Call of Duties, many a game, and we've always had our experience with it, and it's always been a dominant gun in almost every game. Now the one downfall in this game is I don't think this gun is given justice like it needs to. It's got a great hip fire, as you guys can tell right there, great, and it's got a decent iron sight. I really have always enjoyed the iron sight of the gun. This one seemed a little bit fatter, if you know what I mean. I don't know, chode alert, but this gun seems like it's fatter. It feels like it takes up more screen when I use this gun. I mean, take for example the Modern Warfare 2. It kind of seemed a little thin, you know, whatever, but, you know, apparently over 2 years this gun has put on a few pounds. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, being fluffy is wrong, you know, cushion for the pushing goes both ways, but I'm saying this gun just feels like it takes so much more of my screen up. It seems so much more bulkier, if you will. I just find that it's harder, you know, it feels like it takes up more of the, you know, area to aim down sight. As you can tell right now, that's a sixth of my screen taken up because of this fucking gun with a fatty. And that's just one thing that I've disliked about this. It's always been a solid gun, and I like the iron sights from it. It just, I don't know, I may be the only one that feels that this gun really just takes up a lot of space on the screen. And, it does have its catch signature trademark. It does have that kind of recoil that, you know, I don't see any other gun having. It does that, like, silent, you know, boob flop. You know what I mean? It's just a slow motion Baywatch moment. You know, it's just like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm done. Good night. It's just like that's what it comes down to. This gun, but in many of the games, you know, not only in Call of Duty tells, it's just that reflective. It's visual recoil. It's what you see, but that doesn't necessarily mean where the bullets go. Because like in Modern Warfare 2, if you were playing and you were shooting somebody with this gun, it would look like the recoil and everything's hopping up and down, and you think the bullets would actually spread, and it really wasn't. It was shooting where it needed to be, even though, you know, it might be recoiling and it might be taking up some of your screen, and you're not. It doesn't look like you're actually on the target, but it really does. So that's one reason I've always liked this gun, is because it's a tease. You never know what it's doing. The recoil is unusual. It's always had a great damage rate, always had a decent rate of fire, and it's always had a great, you know, hip fire standard, and that's what I've always loved about the gun. And It's one of those guns that I think, if you guys have ever had any experience with it in the other Call of Duties, that you shouldn't fuck with this gun with attachments. This gun is usually best, experience-wise, this gun is usually best with no attachments. I mean, if I was to ever put an attachment on this gun, it'd be one of two things. There are only two attachments I ever sacrificed this gun for, and that would be the extended mags, which pretty much just an extended mag. It's not like it alters the gun at all. And then you have the handy-dandy silencer. Even though it wasn't like it did mess with the recoil and the range a little bit in Black Ops, for example, the AK-47 has always been like a dominant gun. And usually when you add it like a red dot sight or something to it, it actually brings in that recoil. It usually adds recoil to it. And when you add the silencer to this gun, it doesn't really help. Now, the one thing, though, this gun is actually decent with the silencer, but the downfall being that if you're going to use the silencer, you're going to want to be in a little bit more closer to mid-range fights. And when you do that, you're limiting yourself. You know, you could run around a corner with a guy that's head glitching with a Type 95. You could run into a corner with a guy that, you know, is coming around the corner with an MP7. Now, the AK is not going to be at an MP7 heads up. It shouldn't. At least most of the time it shouldn't. Unless the other person is legally blind, it should not. You know, it's just this gun balance in this game. And with that being said, you know, it's just one thing that I noticed about it, that this game is great, it's dandy, it's wonderful. The gun is amazing, but it's also meant to be used in the area that it's supposed to be used in. And for example, this gun is just phenomenal in, medium range fights. It's one of the best medium range fights, and it may not be as reliable with the recoil and the bounce and the hop that the ACR would be at long range or the Scar L. But in close to medium range, I think it tops both of those guns. I mean, I'm obviously going to have people that disagree with me, but that's just my personal preference on it. And I usually don't find I talk about the guns too much in Call of Duty, but I feel this gun has changed a little bit. I feel that it's not as good as it was in Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops. It's still a great gun, don't get me wrong. But like I said, it needs to fit to the ideal situation. And long distance, it's not a solid gun. Close range is not bad. Medium range, it performs pretty precise. But anyways, we're wrapping this up, guys, like smart kids should. And we're going to cut through here. We're going to continue this in a couple days. So thanks for watching. Do me a favor and rate up the video. Favorite it if you enjoyed. We're going to cut through here. Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah. And, of course, what is Call of Duty without a host migration? So this is a nice little moment. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I will continue later on. If you have any questions, leave it down below. Peace out, guys. Get it.